But I'm here. It's Friday night. Oh dear. I got lazy. Didn't really get lazy. I wanted to hear President Biden speaking in our Canadian Commons today. So I took time for that. It's always good. But then I thought, okay, it's Friday. What am I going to do with Friday? And I thought, filing. I did do some filing today. And the filing, you might be getting an idea how my mind kind of goes where I like to go. I was doing my filing and I was thinking, oh, those old pigeonholes. And then I went from pigeonholes to rabbit holes. You may not be as old as me, but I bet you some of you will remember those pigeonholes where they used to put the mail in. They would get it at the post office and they would sort it all out, and everybody would have a little pigeonhole that they could slide their mail in at the post office where they'd be sorting it. Actually, it might be like that if you go to the post boxes that are on the street and you open it up and you have to pull out of your own little pigeonhole. And I see them actually, if you go in apartment buildings, they'll have those little mailboxes. So they're not so different than sorting out pigeonholes. And then I thought, when would people have seen those? Murdoch Mysteries, maybe, Agatha Christie, Murder, She Wrote, if you want some of those old ones. And as I was talking about that, I thought, oh no, our mailboxes are still the same. So that's what happened. My mind went wandering around, having a great time. And often, if you want to be just mindful or peaceful so that you don't have a lot of that chatter noise going on, just allow yourself to consider things. So that's where I started. I was doing my filing, and I thought of pigeonholes. And you know what happened to me? This is where it comes. I got thinking, oh, I know that my computer filing is supposed to look like my paper filing, and my paper filing reminds me of those old pigeonhole boxes. And oh, I have a headache. And pretty soon I got thinking, I wonder how it looks in our brain when we go sorting things all out, because it's all recorded in there, it's all saved. We put it in little spots. Now I know it's going to, my friend Brian would say, well, yeah, that's the computer with the ones and the zeros and it's all in its right place. But me, with my mind, I still picture, okay, I've got my stuff in my mind and it's going in this little hole and that little hole and sorting here and sorting there. And pretty soon, away I go down the rabbit hole. Any moment, expecting to run into Alice. But I kind of like it in Sandra's world. I know I might drive you crazy sometimes, but that's the world where I put puzzles together. I put ideas of people together. I put ideas of how do we operate between our emotions and our thoughts and our actions, and all comes together. And there with squirrel, all those shiny objects that I love. But it becomes quite a game, So I think about those, and pretty soon I'm thinking, okay, if my mind goes this way, how am I ever supposed to really understand other people? Can you imagine? Every one of us in the world has our mind doing its own thing. That's why we're unique. Yes. But the more I thought about how I would go from the filing to the pigeonholes to the rabbit holes, and then I wonder what it's like in my brain. Well, then I wonder what it's like in your brain. And then I start to realize, none of us are different. And then on the other hand, each one of us is different, because we construct how we're going to organize those little pigeonholes. And we organize how we create our thoughts, and out of our thoughts, how we create the things. And in the end of it all, we are responsible through our thoughts and through our own way of shuffling things around, creating the life we're living. Whether it's the good, the bad, or the ugly, you've created it, I've created it. We are living what we have created. Therefore, we want to kind of understand that whole thing so we can create and live a future that is better than the one we're in now, and certainly better than the one that we wanted to leave behind in the past. So there you've got it. That's my Friday night rumble. The more we are the same and the more we are different and the more things are, that changes, but it doesn't change. Maya Angelou, I don't know if you know Maya Angelou, but she had a statement that Brené Brown was sharing about freedom is belonging nowhere. And nowhere is everywhere. Brené Brown went to thinking an awful lot about that. And as she worked her way through it, exploring, how can that be? We all need our family, our friends, our love. We need that connection somewhere. And she dug and she dug and she studied further. Then the light bulbs came on in the Brené Brown style of recognizing that Maya Angelou was saying that freedom is being everywhere, and belonging nowhere. And when questioned, there was a statement when she said, Maya Angelou, I belong to Maya Angelou. That's quite a journey to go from what everybody else is telling you to then what you're telling yourself, until you realize that what you're telling yourself is what you're living, if it's what you're creating. And the freedom then comes when you are everything you need to be for you, and it's okay. That's who we are. I think I'll better leave it alone because I could go down another rabbit hole. It's Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk, wishing you a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And don't get lost. I can't find my thingy here. Yeah, I found it. Don't get lost down a rabbit hole. It's Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk. You can do it. I can help bring you to clarity with confidence.